Good afternoon. You're watching us here on Your Stocks. This is a show where we answer all your stocks and investment related queries. It's a good day so far because we've seen a recovery from the lows for all the frontline indices, and now we have the mid cap index, which has moved into the green as well. So, with that, we have a perfect platform to bring on our guests for the show. Rajat of rajatkbose.com and Parthiv Shah, who's the director at Tracom Stockbrokers, joining in to answer all your stock and investment related queries. Let's go straight then to the first query that is coming from Vishakhapatnam. This one comes in with a query of 50 shares of Tata Motors held at around 289 rupees. Our viewer wants to know whether to book profits or stay invested. Madhavi, who's a professional from Vizag, has written to us. Rajat, on Tata Motors, because the stock has done well, but how much further does it go from here?
First of all, I would like to thank you for having me. And I would say that Tata Motors is on a correction. And the correction has begun, say, about 5th of March from a high of 1065. This is correcting. Now it is coming close to the 50-day moving average, which is around, say, 913. But it came close to that and bounced back today. So if it were to cross 981, if it manages to do that, then there would be a case for holding on to it. Of course, assuming that the person is a short-term player. If it is a medium-term thing, then I would say that 913 should be used as a stop loss, and one can still continue to carry on. So for a short-term trader, see if it manages to get past 980, 981 kind of levels. Otherwise, exit. On for a medium-term player, hold on to it with a stop below 930.
Well, I presume she's a long-term trader, given her price that she's asked, and she's perhaps an investor more than a trader. 289 rupee buy price, and the stock nearing 1,000 rupees once again. So 930 should be a bit of a stop loss. Parthiv, your thoughts, fundamentally speaking, on Tata Motors? After tripling one's money, do you think there's more juice on the upside?
Afternoon, Mangala, Rajat, and our viewers. No, I certainly feel, especially the investor is having quite a long-term horizon, and that's the reason why probably they're holding since very long time. Despite the fact that the money has been trebled, our sense is that Tata Motors, I think, is firing on all cylinders. It's very rare that we see that all the divisions, whether we talk of JLR, whether we talk of CV segment or the domestic passenger vehicle segment, where they've been continuously garnering more market share and adopting the premiumization theme, which is helping them to sustain very good, healthy margins. I think all of their divisions are doing extremely well. And not only that, I think the visibility is extremely good. If you look at even JLR's order book in terms of the premiumization, Range Rover, etc., I think they have a fantastic pipeline and they have a very good, healthy order book. Goes to show, I think they've done a lot of cost-cutting work in the past, which is helping them to deliver very good EBIT margins in JLR. And that is, I think, going to really help them generate massive amounts of cash flow, because that is almost 70% of Tata Motors' consolidated business. Plus, the EV business also is doing extremely well. We know for the fact that they monetized that business at a valuation of around 70,000 crore around a year back. So that business also has a lot of value now. At 15 times forward multiple, I think Tata Motors is not looking expensive. I would suggest a gentleman to hold on to this stock.
All right, hold on to Tata Motors. That's the view coming in. Meanwhile, just keep an eye on a couple of stocks. We have Oberoi Realty, which has moved to the high point of trade. Oberoi has been doing well, over the last 12 months or so. This year hasn't been particularly good, just the way it hasn't been for a lot of the mid caps and a lot of real estate stocks, where we saw profits being taken off the table, but now making an attempt to move higher once again. The other one is Container Corp. That too has moved higher. Has been an underperformer in an otherwise rolling PSU basket, but currently has managed to move higher. Mahanagar Gas is doing well, First Source, and a bunch of others as well. Interglobe Aviation, for one, has moved to the high point of trade. Mid-cap index holding absolutely flat. And the story of the day actually can be told in the advanced decline charts as well, where for most of today's trading session, it's been at an even keel. The first half, we saw the advances far outnumber the decliners. Then there was the crisscross, and now there is another crisscross as we speak. Methali Ramanujan, who's the next viewer, writes to us from Chennai. She holds about 23 shares of Bajaj Finserv. Her buy price is 1700 rupees, so making a bit of a loss there with the stock just under 1600 rupees. Wants to know whether she should stay invested or book her losses. Rajat, this one's right up your alley.
Mangalam, Bajaj Finserv, I would say that if it falls below 1550, then one should exit, because this is showing a distribution pattern. But because it is Bajaj Finserv, I'm not saying that immediately you have to get out of it. The 1600 is the level around which the 50-day EMA is there. It is trying to get past that for more than a month. Several attempts have been made and it has not been cleared. So only when it goes above 1600 and sustains there, and better still if it crosses 1630, 35 kind of level, then only it will gain some bullish traction. Otherwise, there is every possibility that it might test 1550 once again. And below 1550 on closing price basis, one should put a stop loss. Currently continue to hold on, but chances are pretty meager that there would be a major upside move right now.
All right. Okay, Rajat, what we'll do is we'll take note of that, take a short break, come back, some more queries when we return on the other side of this commercial break. And now the market looks like it's making a bigger move right now. We're closer to 21,900 on the Nifty. The 50-day moving average of the Nifty comes in at 21,922. It'll be important to see if in the last hour or so we managed to make an attempt towards that mark. The Nifty Bank is in the green right now and about 600 points off the day's low. We have Rajat Bose and Parthiv Shah still with us. Joseph George is on the line right now. He joins in from Navi Mumbai. Joseph, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, yeah. See, I had a few shares, 200 shares of LIC, which I bought last year, August, September, around for an average cost of 700. But, given we had brokerages giving targets of 1,300, 1,400. But in the last 1 week, it has crashed almost 300 plus rupees. I'm still on profit. So what are the views? Will it go up again to those levels or will it remain? And is it good to exit now? Thank you.
Joseph, just one clarification here. When brokerages give targets, typically it's a 12-month target. So maybe, it's a fair value of where the stock, according to them, should be in the next 12 months. So assuming that it happens immediately as they release the report would be a bit of an overstatement. But I take your point that, the stock has seen a bit of correction just in line with all the other mid-caps that have declined, along with all the PSUs that have declined. So we'll put forth these questions to Parthiv and Rajat. Let's ask Parthiv first. Parthiv is making some money on LIC, but also sitting on a bit of a drawdown. What do you think he should do?
See, my sense is he should hold on to the stock. The recent news of some front running in LIC, I think, has spooked the markets and the sentiment, as a result of which the stock further corrected, in line with a lot of other PSUs and the broader breadth of the market, which has corrected. But I think which is okay. If you look into the intervals of the numbers that LIC has been reporting, I think their return ratios are improving by the day. And I think they've been really focusing hard on the VNB margin. I recollect from the IPO listing days till now, I think there has been tremendous improvement in the VNB margins, and also their overall growth in terms of their market share, which has held on extremely well despite very fierce competition from a lot of private sector peers. And they've been very innovative in launching new schemes, which has gained reasonably good market share. And purely based on valuations in terms of price to embedded value, it is still quoting it just at 1.2, which is, I think, one of the cheapest in the industry, despite being a PSU and market leader. So our sense is there's a long way to go. The protection gap is still huge in our country. So the insurance penetration, especially the life insurance penetration going ahead, should improve, which will benefit players like LIC.
All right, take that point. Bunch of other mid-cap stocks which are doing well. We have Angel One, which is up at 6%. Saregama is the other one, which is up 5%. And we're speaking about the real estate space and Oberoi Realty. Just pull up something like a Prestige Estates. This week, it has been under pressure, Bangalore-based, so maybe, the water crisis, etc. in Bangalore, causing some sort of worries for Bangalore-based real estate companies like Prestige and Sobha. But now it's finding buyers once again up around 4.5%. With that, what we'll do is take your leave on this edition of Your Stocks. We're done with the queries. Raja, thank you for your time. Thank you, Parthiv. It's been a short show, but productive indeed. We answered a lot of our viewers' queries. The market's holding up with gains of around 25 points for the Nifty, 100 points on the Sensex. The mid-cap index off the day's low, mildly off the day's high as well. The Nifty Bank will be the crucial one to watch out for as the expiry plays out. For all that and more, we have the last hour of trade up with closing value.